Hi there, movie lovers. I'm going to take off my movie lover hat and briefly put on my podcaster lover hat. Now, anyone who knows me has been annoyed by me lately oversharing my obsession of a particular podcast, The West Wing Weekly. My favorite show of all time is Aaron Sorkin's The West Wing. I've watched it all the way through at least 5 times. I own all 7 seasons on DVD. So when I heard there was a podcast called The West Wing Weekly, where they give an in-depth analysis of every episode, I had to check it out. It's hosted by Rishi K. Shirway, the host of another podcast, Song Exploder, and Joshua Malina, who played Will Bailey on the show. I've been a big fan of Malina in his many Sorkin roles, as well as on Scandal, so it was interesting to hear his take on the West Wing episodes. They had almost everyone involved with the show on the podcast at some point, even Aaron Sorkin and Martin Sheen, as well as real-life government officials. They even have special episodes about the TV shows Parks and Rec, as well as Veep, which both were heavily inspired by The West Wing. One of my favorite features of the podcast is the joking that Joshua Malina does about Bradley Whitford, where he pretends to mock him. There's a friendly rivalry between them that they bring up every chance they can, and it's been going on since their time on the show because guests on the podcast always work with it. So my favorite episode, and the reason I'm covering this before I'm completely finished with the podcast, is for Season 7, Episode 11, Internal Displacement. They had Bradley Whitford on because he wrote the episode. It was his second and final writing credit on The West Wing. And what I didn't realize on the several times that I've watched the episode was that among the A, B, and C plots, there was a secret mission, which was a giant practical joke on Joshua Malina. He wrote Will Bailey to be super awkward in the whole episode, even more so than usual. And he even got him to say on national TV,
"I can't act. I'm a terrible actor.
You were up in New Hampshire.
I don't like to pretend."
Not only that, but he wrote stage directions into the first few drafts that said Joshua Malina was doing a terrible job as an actor. So when they did the table read, they had to read that out loud. So then I had to rewatch the whole episode again just to see Will Bailey act so goofy in the foreground and the background. Joshua Malina and Bradley Whitford turned this episode into this full circle meta that really just reminds me of why I'm obsessed with both The West Wing and The West Wing Weekly. So if you're looking for a new podcast to listen to, I highly suggest checking out The West Wing Weekly. Episodes can be found on thewestwingweekly.com or on Spotify, or probably other places, but that's where I find them. If you like The West Wing and podcasts, you will probably love this. That's all for me today. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm Mr. Movie Lover, or Podcast Lover, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.